But what does it say that there is now a full-time job in Senator Jacinta Nampijinpa-Price to be able to confront this stuff? That there's so much of this that it is 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then some, trying to keep up with it.
I think a lot of it just becomes layer upon layer, and it becomes built in, and the bureaucracy, is a big beast in Canberra, and it's continued to grow. The Prime Minister's employed public servants in Canberra at about 3 times the rate that even the Rudd-Gillard government did, and that's all to please the Public Service Union. That no one across the country can tell me that their services have improved coming out of Canberra. That's just not the case. So, again, I want to make sure that we can provide support to frontline services, to get more GPs out into suburbs like Bray Park or Launton here in my electorate. I want to make sure that we can pay down debt so that we can deal with the next rainy day that's coming. I want to make sure that we can continue to provide support to families through the 25 cent a litre cut to fuel and diesel. That's how we can help people.
Good stuff. Thank you very much. All right, we've got another question here. This one is from John. John, g'day.
Good evening. My question is, would you see the complete reform of the tax system as a necessary component to restoring our economy to a healthy state?
Well, John, I do think there's a lot of duplication. I'll give you one example: the North West Shelf extension, which is a big debate in Western Australia at the moment. The government's put off the decision on that till the 31st of May, just conveniently just after the election. So what does that look like? Well, it's one of the biggest projects in our country's history, and it will be a huge windfall for the economy. The royalties and the taxes that will be paid will fund hospitals and roads and infrastructure. It's been in a 6-year process in the WA state government. So it's taken 6 years to get an approval, and now it's then referred to the federal department, where it needs to go through approval processes, presumably for a similar period of time. We've said that we would approve it when we come into government within the first 100 days, because the environmental assessments have already been done. I just give that by way of one example of the duplication between 3 levels of government in the way in which the Federation operates at the moment. We need to reduce that duplication so that we can reduce cost. If a company is holding an asset, say a block of land that they want to develop into new house blocks, and they're forced to hold it for another 6 or 8 years, the cost of holding that ultimately is not borne by the developer. It's passed on to the young couple wanting to buy the house and land package. And we can't just say that that's acceptable. We need to make sure that our tax system is fit for purpose, that we're getting the most efficiency out of it. And as I say, people are working harder than ever for their tax dollars, and we should be making sure that the tax system is working for us and not against us. And that's the approach that we would take.
Good stuff. All right.